K-pop Demon Hunters. Yep, you've probably heard the hype. A high-energy K-pop adventure that blew up the second it dropped on Netflix. But here's the crazy twist. Even though the movie became a global hit, the studio behind it, Sony Animation, barely made any profit. Sounds insane, right? So, how did this happen? Well, let's break it down. Most people think production for this film started around 2021. But the truth is, some of the core ideas for K-pop Demon Hunters go back nearly a decade earlier. In a Reddit AMA, CO director Maggie Kang revealed that one of the main characters, Rumi, was actually designed about 9 years before the movie was even released. At first, she wasn't even meant for K-pop Demon Hunters. She was created for another animation project. They pitched the concept to Sony Pictures Animation, and Sony loved it. The project got the green light almost immediately. What's not totally clear is exactly when production kicked off. But in 2021, Sony officially announced the movie was in the works and originally planned for a theatrical release. Then, in the following year, whispers started spreading that Netflix was negotiating distribution rights. By 2023, it was confirmed the film would be skipping theaters and heading straight to Netflix. So how did that switch happen? Back in 2021, Sony signed a major partnership deal with Netflix. That deal gave Netflix the rights to stream Sony's biggest franchises, access to unreleased projects, and even influence over how some of those projects would be distributed. And yes, K-pop Demon Hunters was part of that package. Under the agreement, Netflix covered the entire production budget, around $100 million. In exchange, they got full ownership of the film, streaming rights, profits, and the power to decide if it could grow into a franchise. Sony, on the other hand, only received the production costs, plus a $20 million bonus. They also had a small chance at extra earnings if the movie ever made it to theaters or through soundtrack sales. So why would Sony agree to this? Two main reasons. First, the pandemic had left the theater industry unstable. Sony didn't want to take the risk of investing heavily in a project that might flop in cinemas. Second, the movie's theme felt pretty niche at the time. A story about K-pop idols fighting demons? Sony worried it wouldn't connect with global audiences outside of K-pop fans. So for them, handing the film to Netflix felt like a safe, win-win move. But looking back now, it meant walking away from a goldmine. When the movie finally premiered on Netflix in June, the response was instant. K-pop fans jumped on it right away, and through word of mouth and TikTok trends, it exploded far beyond that audience. People who didn't even care about K-pop were suddenly talking about it. Social media lit up with clips, memes, and reactions. Critics were impressed. And soon, K-pop Demon Hunters wasn't just a niche film anymore. It became a global phenomenon. The soundtrack also crushed it. Songs from the movie climbed international charts, with the main track, Golden, hitting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. That's insane for an animated film soundtrack. By August 26th, the film had officially become the most watched movie in Netflix history, pulling in over 236 million views. Wow! Netflix even tested limited theatrical runs in the US, including special sing-along screenings, and they were packed. From that alone, the movie made around $20 million at the box office and even topped charts during its release week. All of this made Netflix the clear winner, while Sony walked away with only a fraction of what they could have earned. So did Sony regret it? According to Deadline, Sony Pictures CEO Ravi Ahuja admitted it's a complicated question. He explained that the studio's main goal wasn't just profit, but virality. And on that front, the movie delivered. Sure, they didn't cash in big, but for Sony, the fact that K-pop Demon Hunters became a worldwide sensation was still a win. It put their name back in the spotlight and proved they could deliver unique, culture-driven stories. And that's the story behind K-pop Demon Hunters, a movie that became Netflix's biggest animated hit ever, but left Sony with only scraps of the profit. So what do you think? Was this one of the worst business decisions in entertainment history? Or a smart, cautious move that actually saved Sony from potential disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.